We hear very often from new clients that they are creating a pretty decent amount in sales every single month, but they're not bringing home very much when it comes to income. So I wanted to hit you with a little bit of a client case study so that we could dive into what we do immediately for these clients to turn this around for them. So we had a client come to us that was making around $16,000 a month in sales, but was actually only taking home around $1,000. So you can see the profit margin was not very good for this client, and there were a few things that we were able to change right off the bat, even within the first week together, to turn this around. So the very first thing that we did was we cut the ad spend. They had enough of an audience that we knew that if we could create content that was going to be more effective in converting their audience into sales, that we didn't need to run ads to get in front of more people. We see this with a lot of people where they think that the answer is to just get in front of more people by running ads. And the thing is that if you don't know how to sell to the people that you're already in front of, if you have any size following, even if it's only 100 to 1,000 followers on social media, if you can't sell to them organically, there's nothing to indicate that you're going to be able to sell to people that you are paying to get in front of. It really comes down to having a good understanding of your audience and knowing how to sell to them effectively, no matter how many people you're getting in front of. When it comes to this client specifically, what we did was we really needed to go back to the drawing board, get a good understanding of what was happening in their ideal client's current reality. What are the symptoms that they're experiencing? Not the problems, not what this client is aware that their clients are experiencing, but the symptoms, what's actually coming up for them in their day-to-day, in their current reality, the small things that are going to get people to self-identify with their content and go, oh my gosh, that's me, that's something I'm doing. Number two is making sure that we have a really good understanding of their clients' desires. So what are the outcomes that they're looking for? What is the transformation that they're desiring to have? What is the gap in their understanding that's keeping them stuck where they currently are and keeping them from achieving those results? In taking that information and then positioning it in our clients' content in a way that showcased what that gap was and how our client's program was a solution that bridged that gap, created very seamless sales in a very short amount of time. And then the next thing that we're looking at when we're getting rid of ad spend is we still want you to have the reach and visibility to be able to bring thousands of new people into your audience every single day. So we're looking at leveraging our cross-platform traffic strategy, which is where we leverage outreach platforms like TikTok and Pinterest to bring thousands of new people into your audience every day. So with this client specifically, what we did was again, they already had a bit of a following on TikTok. So what we needed to do was expand that reach. We were able to surpass the reach that they were getting with ad spend because of the amount that they could put into it within just a couple of weeks. So the biggest thing here is, again, understanding what is going to be deeply connective for your audience. If people can self-identify and they want to watch your entire video, you're going to have a high watch time, which tells the algorithm that it's a good video. It's going to push it out to more people. It's really not rocket science, and it's not something that you should be having to pay for to get views. And then with Pinterest, it's a similar concept, but Pinterest is actually a search engine, not a social media platform. So when we get clients on Pinterest, what we're doing is we're placing their content directly in front of people that are already searching for what they're posting about. So it's not an interest-centered algorithm like TikTok. It's people typing in how to do this, and your content is popping up as a solution to their questions. So people are in a shopping mindset, and it allows us to bring a lot of traffic over to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever platform it is that they're trying to drive traffic to create those conversions. Now, the next thing that we're looking at when our clients come to us with a low profit margin is unnecessary softwares and spendings. If a software is not directly correlated to revenue, we're getting rid of it because likely you don't need it, especially if you're not making at least $100,000 a month. You really don't need very many softwares to be able to run your business effectively. Really, all you need is a project/client management software. We like ClickUp. It's not very expensive. You can do literally everything with it. Our entire business is housed in ClickUp. We recommend having a content scheduling software. Again, we use Metrial. Haven't had a problem with it, and we can post content to every single platform really easily. ClickUp gets rid of the need for a sales CRM, a internal client management, you can connect tons of automations, you can manage your team. So it gets rid of a lot of softwares that you might need. If we're going to have some email marketing set up, we typically use Flowdesk, and we'll need Zapier to connect to whatever payment processing system they're going to be using. That's really all you need. If you want to take it a step farther, you can use CapCut for like video editing if you want to get fancy. But beyond, you know, potentially having a place to host your course, modules, anything like that, you really don't need very many softwares when you're scaling to that first 50 to 100,000 range. So we get rid of any of that and that increases the profit margin right away. The final thing that we're really looking at are team members. Often what happens when you're in this awkward 10 to 20K per month range is you tend to hire too many team members, and we see people hire a social media agency in an attempt to compensate for the fact that they aren't very good at marketing. We see people hire an assistant, a virtual assistant, people to do marketing management, but then also graphic creation and video editing. So there's a lot of hands in the kitchen when it comes to creating content. We see people hire co-coaches way too soon. It's just so unnecessary. And so what we recommend is we really want every employee that you're going to have or team member that you're going to have to be connected to at least $100,000 in revenue. So if you're only doing 100K a year, you're only doing 10K per month, then that really only allots you one team member. And so we need to look at your processes, your systems, your automations. If you're really needing a lot of hands to run your business, likely we have a system, we have an automation problem. Once we look at those three things, what we're able to do is not only decrease the amount of spending and increase the amount that this client was taking home, but we were able to take that sales revenue from 16,000 to around 30,000 within 1 month together, simply because of the increase in visibility and then the increase of effectiveness when it comes to the content and the way that it was actually converting into sales. So if this was helpful for you, be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and my DMs on Instagram are always open if you want to chat through this. So I'm always happy to help. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.